So if there's not a lot of time to prepare the house, and you know the friends are coming usually the next day or every day, what would be a solution?
Clean up the house before you go swimming, or before they come, or on a day that they don't come.
Right. Okay, so more on a regular?
I guess so.
Parenthood is challenging enough as it is, and getting organized sounds easier said than done. Now, combine these two together, and it's truly a balancing act that many of us struggle with day in, day out. If you're here, it's because you want to know how to get your life and home more organized and structured where the kids are involved too, so that parent life is a little easier and you can focus on what truly matters. Hey there, I'm Dianne 𝘠𝘠𝘮𝘮, owner and founder of One Tidy Place. I created this podcast because I know parents have their hands full. I know this because I have 3 kids of my own. Each week, we'll talk about all things organizing, teaching kids life skills, and contributing to the home, being on the same page with your partner, and raising your kids together while you tidy up, go out for a walk, or just need some real talk. I'm here for you. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Well, hello. It's been some time since my last episode where I had interviewed my daughter, 𝘠𝘠𝘮𝘮. Now, if you have kids at home all summer long, you know how busy, crazy, and hectic it can get. All the while, you want to make sure it's a memorable summer. You want to have some downtime too, and be a present parent. And today's episode is another special one because I've got my youngest, Kenzo, who I interviewed a while ago actually, and I can't believe right now we're already in September. So in the same fashion as with 𝘠𝘠𝘮𝑻, where I asked Kenzo approximately the same questions as I asked her, and I can't wait for you to hear what he has to say. Without further ado, let's start this episode. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name?
Kenzo.
And how old are you, Kenzo?
9.
When are you turning 10?
In a couple of months.
A couple of months? It's in January. We're August, so it's more than a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
All right. The reason why I'm interviewing you, your brother, and your sister is because I wanted to get your opinion and your thoughts about, the chores that we do at home and the chore chart that we use, and how you feel about it and all that stuff. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you're going to answer as best as you can, okay?
Okay.
Do you like doing chores around the house?
Not really.
How come?
Because sometimes during the summer or any time when my friends come over and I forgot to do the chores and I'm playing with them, I get interrupted and then I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it pretty annoying, but it's very hard for me to remember things.
Yes, it is annoying when we get interrupted, but do you think that's like a normal thing when you're doing something that you love and it's fun, and then you have to stop doing that? Isn't that a normal feeling that everybody gets?
Kinda.
All right. So what do you think would be a better solution to that instead of getting interrupted? What's a solution that you think would be good?
I don't know, doing my chores before my friends come over.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you balance it all with all the activities that you have going on? Like right now, we're in the summertime, and when we wake up, you go to, you do all your bathroom stuff, you eat, and then we go to swim team. We do swimming lessons, swim team, and then sometimes in the evenings, we have jujitsu. So how do you balance out the chores with all the activities that you have throughout the day?
I guess because there's time in between everything, so I try to do it then, I guess.
Okay. And do you find it challenging to do that, or it's pretty easy?
Pretty easy.
Oh yeah, how come?
Because my swim team and my jiu-jitsu is very far apart.
Okay. So then what? You find time to plug it in there?
Kind of.
Okay. Tell me, what's your favorite chore to do? I want to see if it's the same thing as your brother and your sister.
Out of all the chores I've done in my life?
Yes, in all of your 9 years, or when you've started this. When did we start doing chores with you?
6 years old.
Yeah. And what was the first chore that we did?
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Okay, so of all the chores you've done in the last 3 years, What's your favorite one?
It's easily sweeping stairs.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's so funny because I was just editing your sister's interview and she doesn't like sweeping the stairs at all.
Why?
I don't know, but this is pretty cool. Now you can sweep the stairs and she can do the other things that you don't like. So what's the one you don't like?
Dusting.
Wow.
You say it's easy.
That's amazing because she likes dusting. This is good news for me. I love it.
It's because dust falls every second. And when I'm done dusting, you're saying there's still dust. And when I'm done doing that, there's going to be more dust coming down while I'm talking to you. And then you're going to see it when it comes.
Yes, because there's always dust everywhere, every day.
But there's not as much as after I do it. But then you keep on telling me to do it again.
Okay, so how many times should we dust? Like every day, every second day, once a week? What do you think is a good routine?
I don't know, 3 times a week.
3 times a week? Okay. What about sweeping of the stairs? You saw the dust on the stairs, right?
1 time a week.
Once a week. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. How do you balance your chores between Kehlani and 𝘠𝘠? Like how you share the chores, or you make sure that not one person is doing more or less than the others?
I don't know, we just, tell each other, and then, we just agree with each other. When my mom tells us to clean up, the house because someone's coming over, I just say what I want to do, and then Kalani says what she wants to do, and then 𝘠𝘠 says what he wants to do, and then we just agree, and if it's the same thing, we either do rock, paper, scissors, or just find something else.
Okay. Is there a guide that you have that kind of guides you, or you wait for me to tell you what to do?
50-50.
Really?
Yes.
You don't consult the chore chart or the
I
activity
look
chart?
at the chore chart.
Okay.
Chore chart.
And do you like the chore chart?
I guess so. I know you're gonna ask me because of the bonus.
No, I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just asking you if you like having the chore chart.
I guess so, but I liked more when we were not having the chore chart at the time, when we could play electronics without doing the start on the chore chart.
Okay. So you're saying you liked it better to play electronics and then do chores sometimes?
Yeah.
What do you think the state of our house would be if we didn't do chores?
Ugly.
Ugly. Could you be a little bit more descriptive? What do you mean ugly?
Dust everywhere, food on the floor, always dirty dishes, and
no clean clothes?
Broken things, like a house that got trashed.
Right. So do you think chores are important in our life?
Overflowing garbage.
Overflowing garbage. So do you think chores are important to establish in a home?
I suppose so.
Well, otherwise, the alternative is what? Living in a
pigsty?
Exactly. Your sister used kind of the same words as you.
Yeah, but you tell us it's a pigsty. Or dog's breakfast.
That's your Bobby's words. A dog's breakfast. Okay. So you told me your favorite chore is sweeping the stairs and your least favorite is dusting.
Or vacuuming.
Yeah. Well, we don't vacuum much. You're lucky we have the Roomba.
I've been on the downstairs under the couch.
No, downstairs on the couch is vacuuming, but when do you vacuum, really?
Under the couch when you tell me to.
Because I can't reach it, and your arms are smaller, so you can. That's why I tell you to do it, because my arms don't reach, so you're able to reach further and get out all the toys from under the couch, because your arms are skinnier. Okay, how do you feel when the other sibling doesn't help you doing chores?
When I ask for help? Very sad and mad at them.
Mad at them? Okay.
Because when they ask something to do for me, they promise me they'll do it. And then they just say another day. And then they keep on pushing it.
So annoying?
Yes. Because especially when that happens, I ask for help, especially when my friend is here.
But we have a solution for that, right? It's to get the house ready before the friends come over. Yeah. I mean, it's different now because we're in the summertime, so it's kind of like the friends can pop in anytime after their swimming lessons, so they'll show up, or you'll invite them after your swimming lesson, so there's not really much time to prepare the house, right? Yeah. So if there's not a lot of time to prepare the house, and you know the friends are coming usually the next day or every day, what would be a solution?
Clean up the house before you go swimming, or before they come, or on a day that they don't come.
Right. Okay, so more on a regular?
I guess so.
All right, so the next question. If you were the parent, what would you do in regards to keeping the house clean and tidy?
Well, I don't have any experience because when I tell my siblings to do something, when I already did my things, they just say, why don't you do it? Like when I asked my sister for help, she says, you could do it. Yeah, I mean, like, no, she's like, no, you do it. But it's not like she has, like, anything better to do. She just paints her nails and then just when she's reading and she has her free time, I'm asking for a teeny tiny bit of help. She says, no, you do it. Like when I'm asking if she could do something or, like, bring up something or just, like, a favor, she just says, no, you do it.
Okay, so this is with your siblings, but say you're the parent. What would you do different or the same than what we're doing already at home?
Probably use the chore chart.
Yeah? How come? Why use that?
I don't know, because...
What is it about that makes it easier or better than just telling the kids to do stuff every single day?
They could, like, get used to it and they do it by themselves without someone telling them to do it.
Do you find that's true with you guys?
No.
What do you mean?
Sometimes you tell us, sometimes you don't tell us.
Well, right now, because it's summertime, it's more free, right? But when there's school, you guys are pretty much on top. You're not, it's not that you're never free. No, you just have a lot of activities plus school and everything like that. But your days are more structured than the summertime. So do you think the chore chart is helpful for you guys in the summer or during school time or both?
More school time.
Yeah? Because?
Because in summer, you just want to play before school.
You just want to play, right?
Yeah. Because like, school is very, 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 very long.
Very long. Okay, so just going back to what you said about being the parent and using the chore chart, and you're saying that it's better to do it at school, or I guess...
When school?
During the school year, basically. Why do you find it easier or helpful?
What do you mean, easier and helpful?
Well, you said when you were a parent, you said that you'd probably use the chore chart, and I'm asking you why.
Because you know how parents, like, hate when they have to repeat something? So I think I would hate if I would repeat something if I were a parent. Okay. But in summer, instead of using a chore chart, since they're going to probably act like how I'm acting without using a chore chart, I'm just going to force them.
You're going to force them?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be fair only when the guests are coming over, which is probably going to be every single day. But they could decide because the less they invite their friends over, the less they have to clean. So what
do you mean if the less they've had?
Because I said I was only going to do it if their friends come over.
Okay, that's for the summertime, but during the rest of the year?
Rest of the year, use the chore chart.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Do you think money would motivate or encourage you to do things in the house?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Like, money encourages me to help my brother with my neighbor's lawn.
So, for you, money makes you move?
Yeah.
Do you think an allowance would help you in doing more chores around the house?
Yes, like I asked you, because my friend has an allowance for emptying the dishwasher.
But the dishwasher already needs to be emptied anyways.
Exactly. That's why I don't think it's fair.
So, do you think I should get paid to empty the dishwasher? Do you think
I think I should get paid.
Where is this money coming from, though?
Kai or you?
From us? But how does it make any sense if dusting, vacuuming, folding laundry, putting away your clothes
needs to be done?
How does it make any sense for you to get paid and us not?
I don't know. You give me $5 and I give you the same $5 back.
So basically, if you just take out the $5, it's not even part of the equation. So it comes out to the same thing. It cancels each other out.
I know.
Right. So the conclusion is, do you need an allowance?
Yes.
Or is it that you just want money?
Both.
Okay, it's probably more of you just want to get money.
I said I wanted to save up this year.
Sure, no problem. Do you think you guys should get paid to do regular stuff that needs to be done around the house?
No.
Are you saying that honestly, or is that because you want me to it's an answer that I want to hear. I just want to know what you think.
No, actually, no, because I don't know, because everything, like you said, needs to be done around the house, so it doesn't really make sense if, like, you get an allowance or not. And an allowance is pretty much like, you know how there's a bonus on the chores chart?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an extra bonus that parents give, I guess.
Okay.
Also, to make sure that their kids don't live in a dump.
All right. Well, here's another question. What would you say to kids your age about chores and helping out at home? Do you have any thoughts about it?
Like, tell kids about chores?
Just anything about it. Like,
you mean try to motivate them to do chores?
Well, no, not try to motivate them. I mean, okay, let me rephrase my question. What would you tell another kid who doesn't really help out at home, either because they don't know how to or they just don't? What would you tell them?
At least try to and listen to your parents.
Yeah, because?
Because otherwise you're totally useless.
Those are harsh words, right?
I mean, if you're not going to do anything, what other word is there for useless that's kind?
I guess there's not much. But how do you think the parents feel?
Like a failure? Because you tell me that a lot. If I do something wrong, it all goes down to you and everyone thinks you're the bad parent that's teaching me if I do bad things.
Okay. Well, yes and no. Usually what the kid does is a reflection of what's being taught at home from the parents. But like anyone, kids have their own thoughts, their own reaction and action towards something, and totally independent from what their parents are saying or instructing. So to say that it's fully on the parent or on myself when I see you do something bad or that you say is bad, it's not completely on me, but you got to take some responsibility for it too, right?
I guess.
All right. Here's something that has nothing to do with chores or anything. What's it like to be the third child?
Sad.
Really?
Yes.
How come?
Because my brother and sister keep on saying that being the third child is the best because they already did the stuff like how I got my tablet way before they got theirs.
You mean you got them at the same time? You all got it at the same time, but you were a lot younger.
Yeah, and how like they already did stuff for me, so I'm lucky, like, at school, telling me about what to do and what not to do.
Okay, so why is it sad, though?
Because, like, when I ask not just to do chores, but also to help me, they say that, like, they won't. And also, like, when I'm playing piano, like, Kai, my oldest brother, plays piano, he does the exact same pieces, so it's not really as special and not enjoyable when I do it.
Oh, because he's already done it.
Yeah, and because that just leaves, like, the leftovers for me.
So you think you get the leftovers. Interesting. You don't think that it's you get anything special?
I guess I get stuff earlier than they do.
Okay. All right.
But it's mostly sad.
It's mostly sad.
Because, like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a lot of things that older people and, like, they did that I didn't, and I feel like I missed out and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much, Kenzo, for your time and answering the questions. I know it was very...
You mean 24 minutes?
Well, when I edit this, it's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be far less. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mama, for interviewing me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I love you.
And I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Isn't he a cutie? I don't know. I'm biased and he's my baby, so I guess he is to me. But he is quite the character if you've ever got the chance to speak to him or see a video of him on my Instagram or Facebook account. So I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised that he likes to do certain things around the house that my daughter doesn't like to do, and vice versa. So that plays very well into sharing the tasks and being accountable to one another when it comes to our activity chart. It's also very interesting to hear the perspective of a third child. I myself am a third child, so it's really interesting to hear what he has to say and his viewpoints, and to contrast his feelings, what he thinks he is basically getting the short end of the stick, whereas the older siblings believe he's just getting everything he wants.
So there's always going to be that argument between siblings, I guess, but there's always going to be an opinion about where they stand and what they get versus what they don't get compared to their siblings. And the final thing I'm going to say is how it's so funny when you put a microphone, they just put it all out there, full of honest opinions. And part of me was a little bit cringing about what he's going to say. But all in all, it was really interesting to have that conversation with him and to really see what's going on in his mind, and his thoughts. Really interesting stuff. So I hope you got some insight, some takeaways, or even some inspiration to ask the same questions with your kids. All right, so that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time when we get to hear what my oldest kid has to say. So until then, bye-bye.